Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2009 FHSAA Baseball Finals in the Division 2A category. This afternoon's game will pit Providence against Westminster Christian. For the visitors, the defending state champs Providence from Jacksonville with an overall record of 24-8. Head coach Mientkiewicz in his 7th year. The Stallions defeated Oak Hill of Gainesville 14-3. Arlington Country Day from Jacksonville 2-0. Pine Castle Christian from Orlando. They lost the first game 1-0, then won 4-3 in 9 innings and 5-0 to get here for yesterday's regional finals played. The Stallions defeated Port St. Joe 5-3. During the season, Providence defeated Jacksonville Vols, the 3A state champs, Paxton, a Final Four team, and Eagles View, a Final Four team, and both in Division 4A. For your home standing, Westminster Christian School out of Miami, head coach Emil Castellanos in his 3rd year. The Warriors defeated Dade Christian out of Miami 13-0, then beat Miami Christian 6-5 in 10 innings. In the regional finals, they defeated Highlands Christian out of Pompano Beach 20-2, lost the second game 4-3, then won the final 12-9 to get here for yesterday's semifinals when the Warriors defeated Fort Meade 11-5. During the regular season, they tied Archbishop McCarthy, a Final Four 4A team. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the coach, Rick McGuire. Welcome to this afternoon's game. It's my honor to introduce the longtime voice of the Syracuse Orangemen, Mr. Carl Eilenberg, with today's play-by-play. Carl?
Thank you, Coach Rick McGuire. Again, it is a pleasure to be working with you, and under such ideal conditions as we have now here at Tradition Field in Port St. Lucie. There are some very colorful umbrellas up, but the umbrellas are to guard the folks from the sunshine and not from the rain. We had about a half-hour thunder and lightning delay, but the threat of that has passed. The sun is shining brightly, and there is a pretty good crowd on hand, very vocal so far. The game hadn't begun yet, and the crowd is really revved up. This is a North versus South ball game, and the people who are supporting their teams have come from a long way, from Jacksonville for the Providence Stallions and from Miami for the Westminster Christian Warriors. So it's a North-South ball game, North Florida against South Florida. Both starting pitchers, right-handers. And we will begin this ball game for the Class 2A championship between Providence and Westminster Christian in just a moment. Providence, the defending Florida State High School Athletic Association 2A champions.
The starting pitcher this afternoon for Westminster Christian, Kyle Young, with a season record of 7-2. He's pitched in 18 games. He's pitched 51 1/3 innings. He's given up 64 hits, 22 earned runs. He's walked 12, struck out 67. He has an ERA of 3.00 with 2 shutouts.
He will face Christian Dix, Ty Kelly, and Bradley Goodson, the 1-2-3 hitters in the Providence order as we open the top half of the first inning in this 7-inning ball game.
Christian Dix leading off the left fielder, batting .208 for this season.
Defensively, for Westminster Christian, David Corral is at first base, Kevin Fennell at second base, Michael Flores, the shortstop, Joey Stewart at third, Kyle Young pitching to Anthony Iglesias. In the outfield, Jamil Middlebrooks, Carlos Sade, and Julian Moret de Mola. First hitter, number 34, lefty, Christian Dix, the left fielder. Beautiful ballpark under ideal conditions. And though we have had kind of a stormy week, every ball game has been played, most of them without any delay. Righty against lefty as we get this ball game underway in the first pitch. Strike one.
Goes right after him with a fastball, Carl, the 6'2 senior right-hander for Westminster Christian, the Warriors.
Young to the set. High leg kick, and the pitch just misses outside.
Very deliberate approach to the plate, Carl. Takes a long time, but releases and throws the ball very well for a youngster.
Takes a long, long look at his catcher. Now rocks. And the batter steps out. Part of the strategy. Upset his timing.
We've seen a lot of that happen throughout this tournament, Carl. A lot of late calls by the batters that are granted by the umpires, really putting the pitchers in a precarious position.
There's a drive into deep left field. Going way back is Jamil Middlebrooks. It is gone.
What a bomb. My goodness gracious. Boy, that ball got out of here very, very quickly. And with a very gentle wind blowing, that is a very powerful shot by Christian Dix. I'll tell you what, I don't think anybody in this ballpark realized how well he hit that ball until the left fielder for Providence, for Westminster Christian, Jamil Middlebrooks started running back to the fence.
Here's Ty Kelly, the third baseman. We got a 1-0 ball game on a home run by Christian Dix. Powerful blast straight down the left field line, probably 340 to 345. 338 down the line, and this was maybe 20 feet from the foul line. Fastball, letter high, strike one.
Ty Kelly batting .475 coming into the game today.
You're right, Rick. I don't think anybody realized that that ball was going to had a chance to get out of here until it left.
I tell you, I got to check my statistics again to make sure that batting average for Christian Dix is correct at 208.
Curveball gets the knees at the outside corner, and it's 2 strikes quickly on Ty Kelly. The 0-2 pitch. Hit on the ground, foul outside third.
The first thing I noticed when I had a chance to watch Providence play yesterday was their overall team speed. And we didn't really get a chance to see that with Christian Dix because he trotted around the basics. But as you could see on that foul ball, Ty Kelly got down to first base very quickly.
0-2 the count on Kelly, righty against righty. Up high.
It's one thing to miss on that 0-2 count a little bit to try to tease the batter to swing at a pitch outside the zone, but that one was way high.
There's a drive into left field. Middlebrooks goes back. It's over his head. In the power alley in left center field, and into second base with a double is Ty Kelly. Man, these guys are teeing off.
Well, Kelly yesterday was 1 for 2, scored a run and had an RBI. Dix yesterday was 1 for 3 with a run scored. So the top half of the top part of the order for Providence does show some hitting ability here in the semifinals and now the finals. As stepping in right now to hit third is Bradley Goodson, and Goodson was 1 for 2 yesterday, Carl.
Slightly open stance, runner at second base, 1 out, a run in on a home run, so it's 1-0, top half of the first inning. Gets the corner with that curveball again, good pitch, strike 1.
Wide zone today for the ball game here for the finals, as Goodson has that first strike called.
All 3 hitters, he has thrown the first pitch strike. Line shot into left center field. Cut off by the center fielder. The runner from second is going to score. The hitter, Goodson, holds up at first base with a run-scoring single.
Perfect example of that speed that Providence has. The Stallions, top 2 players, scoring here in the top half of the first, but Ty Kelly really got around those bases well, as Bradley Goodson now with that base hit stands at first base. And Tyler Vanover coming up, 358 hitter here, Carl.
Right fielder Tyler Vanover with 2 runs in. We've had a home run, a double, a single, and now the 4th hitter in the order, Tyler Vanover.
It'll be very curious to see how long Westminster sticks with Kyle Young here. They have a nice pitching staff, and they have 2 other pitchers here that have no losses during the season.
Short lead at first base. There he goes. Pitch is down low and outside. Throw is wide of the bag on the first base side. And Goodson has a stolen base.
Well, I'm glad they went to that early so that we could get a good example of that team speed as the top of the order flying around these bases.
Pitch was ball 1 to Tyler Vanover. Runner at second now. Nobody out. 2 runs in. Ground ball foul down the third base line.
Yesterday afternoon, Michael Arostegui pitched for Westminster Christian, and he won't be able to be used today. He got the win yesterday, pitching 5 2/3 of an inning. So their number 1 is not going to be on the mound today. Although he had the most innings pitched, he did not necessarily have the best win-loss record or ERA.
Young steps off. Time is called. Infield playing about midway, maybe a little closer. The outfield fairly deep. Center fielder shaded a little bit toward left. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. Checks the runner at second. Goes to first. 1 out.
Nice curveball. And that kind of settles things down just a little bit for the Warriors of Westminster Christian.
All right, here's Tyler Martin, the designated hitter. With a runner at second base and now 1 out. A couple of runs in, making it a 2-0 top half of the first inning ball game. Breeze has picked up a little, blowing out toward left field, across from right. Moved toward second base by Kyle Young, and the base runner, Bradley Goodson, gets back.
You know, even throughout this first third of an inning here in the top half of the first, the wind has picked up quite a bit. It didn't really have an effect on the home run that Dix hit, but it may have an effect on the remainder of this ball game.
There he goes to third. Attempt to steal third base. Throw is not going to be in time, and Goodson steals his second base. Stole second. Now he has stole third after lining a single in the left center field.
Once again, that overall team speed being shown by the Stallions of Providence. As here we see in the replay, the pitcher really didn't take a real long time. It's just the overall speed on behalf of Bradley Goodson that came up with that second steal.
They got the speed, and they're apparently going to use it. Got him with a strike. 1 ball, 2 strike. No, 1-1. I'm sorry.
I believe you may be right. I don't think they put up the pitch on the stolen base, Carl. 2 runs, 3 hits, though, in the top half of the first already.
Now he swung and missed at it, and it is strike 2. So it's a ball and 2 strikes.
There you go.
Short conference halfway down the third baseline. Dix opened the ball game with a home run, and Kelly doubled to the left. Came home on a single by Bradley Goodson. Goodson has stolen second and third. Tyler Vanover bounced out to the pitcher, and now we're looking at the designated hitter, Tyler Martin, with a count of a ball and 2 strikes. Infield in close. And the pitch outside.
Just missed with that curveball. That was a big pitch. If he had been able to get that pitch on that outside corner and get Tyler Martin out of there, the infield would have been able to play back and breathe a little bit as they're already down 2-0 before they've had a chance to hit.
Hey, he got him on the curveball, struck him out. And that's 2 outs.
That was a nice pitch by Kyle Young. And now he'll be facing Drew Rosenberger. Rosenberger, a .348 hitter, Carl.
Right-handed hitting first baseman, Drew Rosenberger. Young gave up 3 hits in a row and now has retired the last 2 in order. High leg kick, pitch, strike. Knee-high fastball, strike 1.
Young's starting to get into his groove a little bit. I'm not quite sure where he was mentally to start this game, but now he's starting to get into the type of pitcher that the Westminster Christian school is used to.
Way outside. Good move by Anthony Iglesias to grab that ball before it got past him and could have scored a run.
Very nice play. Iglesias showing that senior maturity.
1-1. 2 outs. Runner at third. From the set. Strike 2. Tried to make him go after that pitch at the outside corner. He didn't offer at it, and it's called ball 2. 2-2.
Rosenberg has been up 92 times this year with 32 hits.
Rosenberger very active in the box. Moves his whole body, waiting for the pitch, and he got him on a curveball. Strike 3. So he gave up 3 hits and then retired 3 in a row. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 1 left at the end of a half inning. The Providence Stallions out in front, 2-0.
For more information on FHSAA, we invite you to visit us on the internet, fhsaa.org.
The Stallions come up with 2 runs in the top half of the first. And let's see what the Westminster Christian Warriors can do here in the bottom half of the first inning as we go back to Carl Eilenberger.
It'll be Joey Stewart, Kevin Fennell, and Anthony Iglesias before a very enthusiastic crowd here at Tradition Field in Port St. Lucie. Joey Stewart, the third baseman, left-hand hitter. He'll be facing Kyle Webb. P.J. Axtell, the catcher, the rock, and the first pitch. Good fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. Good heat.
Joey Stewart coming into the game, batting .388, the third baseman.
Sidearm pitch is another fastball, swung on and missed, strike 2.
Young Jr. pulled his head out on that one. As he swung, he was looking at the flags in right field.
Quickly, 2 strikes on Stewart. Pitch. Sidearm delivery just misses the outside corner, ball 1. And Stewart steps out.
Little gamesmanship there.
Ground ball to the first baseman. Plays it on the big hop. Beats Stewart to the bag. 1 out.
I got to tell you, Drew Rosenberger did a nice job of coming up with that first bouncer. We've seen some tough hops over there throughout this tournament. going in towards first base, but we've seen some fabulous first base play by most every team in this tournament.
Kevin Fennell, Fennell, the second baseman, left-hand hitter, open stance, holds the bat up real high. Takes the first pitch for a strike.
Fennell batting .385 coming into the game.
Both of these pitchers have been able to find the strike zone. Foul ball down the third base line.
Well, he waited an awful long time before he started the swing there. It was very late trying to hit that ball inside out.
Webb going to waste one or try to get him on 3 pitches? The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called.
Well, this is exactly what Kyle Webb wanted to do on behalf of Providence as he gets the first 2 batters retired. And a .407 hitter coming up next to catch.
Anthony Iglesias, left-hand hitter. First baseman goes back just to the edge of the outfield grass. Center fielder, interestingly enough, is shaded way around toward left field. There's a strike to Iglesias. Huge hole in right center. The right fielder has moved over somewhat too, not playing close to the line. First baseman is close to the line. The right fielder is well over into right center. Swing and a miss. Took a little something off the fastball.
Boy, he came in with that slingshot sidearm delivery, and I'll tell you what, the left-handers are having a lot of trouble with that.
Bouncing ball out toward second base and over the bag into center field. Base hit.
Boy, he made a mistake there. He got way too much of the plate with an 0-2 count. But Westminster's got some very good averages, Carl, when you look at your starting 4. 388, 385, 407, and now 416.
Here's Carlos today.
Sarday had a nice day yesterday. He went 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs and scored 3 times.
Runner at first with 2 outs. Quick throw, Iglesias is back. From the stretch. Ground ball to third, scooped up nicely. Going to go to first base, get the sure out, which he does, to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left. We've played an inning. Providence Stallions out in front, 2-0.
There's a reason why Providence is the defending state champion. This is just one example how Ty Kelly comes over, makes that play, just that makes it look routine to a team. For a team that's the defending state champ, as we've gone through 1 full inning of play, the Providence Stallions have that 2-run lead as Kyle Webb has done a wonderful job here in the bottom half of the first. And we'll be back for the top half of the second.
You are watching the FHSAA State Baseball Championships from Tradition Field in Port St. Lucie, Florida.
As we go back to the top half of the second inning, your line score after 1 complete inning of play for Providence, 2 runs on 3 hits. They've committed no errors. And for Westminster, no runs, 1 hit. They've committed no error. And welcome to the top of the second.
Will Cleland, number 31, the second baseman, left-hand hitter, will face Kyle Young, who gave up 3 hits in the first inning and then retired 3 in a row. So he has retired the last 3 in order that he has faced after giving up a home run, a double, and a single. Young's pitch. Drilled into center field. Center fielder going to have to play it on a hop, base hit.
Cleland, the second baseman, batting .286. Cracks that base hit right back up the middle. Very basic, very good baseball played by Providence. We talked about the team speed at the top of the game. Let's see what happens here towards the bottom of the order, see what kind of speed they have.
Pitcher Kyle Webb facing Kyle Young with a runner at first and nobody out. Third baseman creeping in, expecting a bunt. No bunt is attempted, and the pitch is taken for a strike.
I got to tell you, Carl, the way these kids are hitting the ball here in the first inning for 2 runs on 3 hits, now to lead off the second inning with 1 hit, it's going to be tough to try to get these kids to bunt. There's not really a necessity for it right now. I wouldn't be charging too hard. That's just as I said that he bunt.
Doesn't get a quick throw to first base, and they get him at first base. Great throw by Anthony Iglesias. Nails him at first base.
Should have stayed with plan A. Hit the ball. As we can see in the replay right now, a good lead set off by Will Cleland. He missed the bunt. Cleland broke to second base, got caught up in the middle. A great throw by Anthony Iglesias to cut the runner down. Now, instead of having 1 man on and nobody out, we've got 1 out and an 0-2 count. It changes the complete complexion of the top of the second. This is the pitcher, Kyle Webb, at 294 hitter.
Just misses inside. Ball 1.
Nice spot to miss inside like that. Brush that pitch, brush the pitcher / hitter back.
One-two pitch on its way. Line shot. Nailed by the third baseman, Joey Stewart. What a play.
What a shot down to third base. Boy, as we see right here, that ball was hit hard. And I got to tell you, 1 step and a jump for Joey Stewart. Great camera work downstairs, and I got to tell you, nice play by the third baseman, Joey Stewart.
John Burkle hits one toward the shortstop, plays it on the short hop, throws to first base in time before the umpire even called it.
Boy, that's a big-time play by shortstop Michael Flores. Charging that ball, throwing it across his body, and I'll tell you, Westminster made quick work of Providence here in the top half of the second. We'll see how that's going to register here in the bottom half and try to get the momentum switched over back in favor of Westminster.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. Runner that got the base hit got nailed on a great throw by the catcher to the first baseman after the bunt attempt was missed. So at the end of an inning and a half, the defending state champions out in front 2-0.
For more information on FHSAA, we invite you to visit us on the internet, fhsaa.org.
As we go to the bottom half of the second inning, your score, Providence 2, Westminster nothing. Westminster will set up the number 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Carl.
Well, I am very impressed, Coach, by the enthusiasm of the crowd. These people came a long way from Jacksonville and up from Miami, and they brought their enthusiasm and their energy with them.
Not necessarily high in numbers, but high in intensity, that's for sure.
Designated hitter David Thompson stepping in against the sidewinder Kyle Webb. Little high, ball 1.
David Thompson batting .420 coming into today's game.
Wide open stance. Fouls it back.
Kyle Webb really slinging that ball sidearm right now.
Working quickly. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Ooh, he hit him.
So the leadoff runner on for Westminster. Let's see what they do with it. As the next hitter hitting .363, Carl.
Julian Lorette de Mola, the right fielder, with a runner at first and nobody out.
Third baseman's playing even with the bag. He'll step up.
Bouncing ball hit towards second. Gloved by the second baseman. He'll make the sure play at first base, and there's one out.
Boy, what a nice play. That ball bounced over the first baseman, Drew Rosenberger, was picked up quickly by Will Cleland. And I got to tell you, Kyle Webb did a nice job hitting the bag with his back foot, and a nice call by the umpire.
And great coverage by the pitcher.
As it bounces over, here's the second baseman, throws it over, and the back foot was the one that actually touched the bag. Nice call by the umpire to be able to see that, Carl. But the runner advances.
David Corral, runner at second base. Up high, ball one. That little bit inside, ball two, and here comes the
quickly
coach out quickly.
Yeah, boy, he's running right out. He saw something he didn't like, that's for sure. That's Mientkiewicz out of Jacksonville himself. He graduated from the University of North Florida. Youngster, he's a relative youngster compared to us, Carl, only 32. He certainly saw something right away.
The entire infield, along with the catcher, came out to listen to what Coach Mientkiewicz had to say. In the meantime, Coach Castellanos came to talk to his hitter.
2-0 the count, and we'll have to see what Coach Mack's got going on here.
Sidearm delivery is swung, fouled back.
Boy, that foul ball went right off the plate man's leg. I'll tell you what, he's got some good equipment he's wearing today, because that would have hurt most other umpires. Corral batting .418 coming into today.
Sidearm delivery, line down the right field line. It's going to be called a fair ball. First baseman touched it in fair territory. Here comes Thompson around third. He'll score, and it's a 2-1 ball game.
You got that one, guys? I tell you, that's a very interesting call. Now, you have to realize that if the ball goes by first base in fair territory, it's a fair ball. That's what the plate umpire called as the first baseman jumped directly up in the air. Whether he touched it or not actually is inconsequential, because as he went straight up in the air, he was in fair territory, meaning the ball was in fair territory at that time. It seems as though right now, unless they change things, that was a good call by the plate man, and right away we've got a 2-1 game.
Plate umpire is going to explain it to Coach Mientkiewicz.
It's solely his call. Because of the placement of the umpires, he wasn't in the base umpire was not in position to even be questioned on the call. That was the plate man's call, and it was only the plate man's call, and I believe he made the right call. If we looked at our replay, we saw the replay, and it seems as though that was the correct call as the score stands 2-1.
Yeah, the ball did come down in foul territory down the right field line, but it was a fair ball over first base, and it doesn't matter whether Rosenberger touched it or not. He went up high, and he may have tipped it with his glove. And the argument will continue between the home plate umpire and Coach Mientkiewicz. Thompson was hit by a pitch, moved to second when Julian Lorette de Mola bounced out to the second baseman and then came home on David Corral's base hit over first base.
And now the conversation's getting into a position where it's now becoming confrontational. A nice job of umpiring by this crew from the Eastern board. And I got to tell you, nice job for the baseman to come in and put things back in perspective for the coach from Providence. Excellent job. Might it be the best job of umpiring I've seen throughout the tournament to this point, Carl.
Here's Jameel Middlebrooks.
Middlebrooks batting .418.
Tying run at second base with 1 out.
A lot at stake in this ball game, as you can see by the emotions, by not just the crowd, but the players.
Bouncing ball to the shortstop. He barehanded it and made the throw to first base. Neat play by shortstop Bradley Goodson.
Smooth play by the shortstop, Bradley Goodson, on that.
So there are 2 outs, and here's the shortstop, Michael Flores.
Flores, a number 9 hitter, batting .333.
In the meantime, Corral moved over to third on the ground ball to the shortstop. So there's a runner at third with 2 outs. He represents the tying run. Flores, right-hand hitter. Sidearm delivery, swinging a foul at the plate.
A lot of foul balls going low and back on this game to this point. I'm sure the catcher and umpire both would like to see that stop soon.
Flores steps out.
Little dirt in his eye. You know, unless you actually play the game, there are certain things you don't realize. And one of the things you don't realize is you're playing on dirt. And when that ball hits, it's like a bomb sometimes, and it just flies everywhere.
Way outside. Axtell had to go way to his right to keep that from going to the backstop and letting a run in.
Great play by A.J. Axtell.
One pitch, sidearm delivery, outside again. Axtell, with his glove on his left hand, has to reach across his body to make the play.
And being a young sophomore, that's a real outstanding job.
Here comes 2-1. Gets the that what he was nibbling at that corner, and he finally got it to make it 2-2. Missed it, so it's 3-2.
I'm sure Kyle Webb doesn't want to put another man on and then start to face the top of the order here.
Fouled at the plate.
Boy, that one got Michael Flores right in the foot. Now let's see. At this at-bat, the umpire's been hit, the catcher's been hit, and now the batter's been hit. So we're 3 for 3 around home plate for this at-bat.
Full count, 2 outs. Fouled back again.
Yeah, now they're trying to hit the spectators.
Only the screen kept the spectators from getting hit with that one. Flores steps out.
Yeah, but you got... Oh! Oh, he's not happy.
The umpire is going to escort him down to first base just in case.
Boy, I got to tell you, I am so impressed with these 3 umpires this afternoon. They have done everything by the book and handled a very intense ball game as well as could be expected. To this point, we still have first and third, and I got to tell you, it's a good thing that Flores had that helmet on. Boy, that hit him square right in the temple. Boy, I'll tell you, even with a helmet on, that's got to rock your cage a little bit. Yep. The first base coach stuck 2 fingers up, and he asked him how many fingers were there, and the kid answered 4. He said, "Good, you're ready to play."
Top of the order, and Joey Stewart up for his second trip. Grounded out to first baseman Drew Rosenberger, his first time up. Pitch is outside, throw down to third base, gets away from the third baseman over his head, down the left field line. The run will score, and we got a tie ball game.
That is a huge sophomore error. We have seen that continuously throughout this tournament where the catchers are trying to pick guys off at third base. The one thing, especially a young catcher, forgets is that the runner is trained to lead off in foul territory and come back in fair territory. So by the time the catcher can release the ball, now the runner is in between the third baseman and the catcher, and we've seen that too many times this series.
Strike, 1-1. We saw a ball game decided by that the other day, one of the final championship games. Catcher's throw went out into left field, winning run scored.
Yes, sir.
That's foul ball.
Joey Stewart hit the ball to the first baseman his first time up. Nice play by the first baseman to open up the game. Left-hander now is kind of trying to hit that ball inside out a little bit, trying to get that go-ahead run in for the Warriors.
Runner at second base with 2 gone. A ball and 2 strikes on the hitter. Now it's 2-2.
Boy, that didn't miss by much. That's not a bad pitch. Takes a lot of guts to take that pitch.
Strike 3. Side retired, but not before 2 runs come in. On 1 hit. No errors. 1 left, and we got a tie ball game after 2.
Information on this tournament and other upcoming events, we invite you to visit us on the internet, fhsaa.org.
As we go to the top half of the third inning for the FHSAA State 2A Finals, it's all tied up. Providence 2-4-1, Westminster 2-2-0, and we go to the top half of the third.
Top of the order, Christian Dix will hit first. He poked one way out of here his first time up.
Be interesting to see where this first pitch comes with this at-bat.
Stands in real close, too. The rock back by Young and the pitch.
Wow.
There's one hit into right field. Not far enough, though, and up to make the grab is Julian Moret de Mola.
No one is giving Christian Dix any respect for his power right now. The first time up, he hit it over the 338 double wall. And this one, the outfielder, Julia Lorette de Mola, stopped twice. As you can see, the fly ball sailing out to right field. He stops again, and then he has to jump up to try to make that catch. And I'll tell you what, if he wasn't over 6 feet tall, that ball would have gone over his head.
Here's Ty Kelly, who doubled first inning, strike 1.
T.J. Kelly hit the ball hard his first time up with that double, batting .475.
Ground ball to the third baseman, right at the bag. Long throw and plenty of time, 2 outs.
Boy, I tell you what, the speed of Kelly made that one close. And the momentum is starting to change just a little bit towards Westminster. As we watch this chopping ground ball and a nice aggressive play by Joe Stewart. As he'll take it just inside the line, throws it across the diamond and just gets him. I tell you, David Corral, a first baseman, I don't think realized how fast the runner was getting down. Because he really didn't stretch out to get that ball and try and save any time.
First pitch to Goodson is outside, ball 1. Took a little off the fastball. Ball moved around, and a swing and a miss. Goodson in the first inning single, knocked in a run, then stole second and third.
Boy, that was a beautiful changeup. And now Coach Mack has to come down and explain to his batter to make sure that he stays back. He's got to be able to recognize that changeup or he's going to be in a lot of trouble today. He had a base hit his first time up and then 2 stolen bases after that. And Goodson batting .418, just a little too aggressive now.
Ground ball over second base into center field, base hit.
Nice coaching by Coach Mack on that one, coming up and explaining to the batter, Goodson, how to stand back. And he was definitely aided by Kyle Young trying to throw one of those changeups once again. And this time it hits it right straight back up the middle, just like he was told. Good coaching, good listening.
5th hit off Kyle Young, and now with 2 outs, he'll face Tyler Vanover. Goodson draws a throw.
With 2 outs, everyone in the ballparks will have their eye on Goodson. He's already got 2 stolen bases today.
About a 5-step lead off first base. Not giving any indication that he's going.
Nobody's taking a nice, healthy lead.
Lengthens the lead a little now after he comes off the bag again.
His front foot's past the cutout.
He's not going, and the pitch is low for a ball.
Well, with 2 outs and Tyler Vanover, a .358 hitter, and you really don't need to threaten too much, but I'm sure he'll be going here soon.
Long look at his catcher by Kyle Young, and the pitch. There he goes. Here's the throw. They get him.
Not this time. They gets cut down. Nice throw by the catcher, Anthony Iglesias.
No runs, a hit, no errors. One left because nobody left because they nailed him at second base.
And they did. And I'll tell you what, that was a good jump. It was definitely the catcher Iglesias' arm that got the runner at second base. And we've come to the end of 2.5 with the score tied 2-2.
On behalf of the FHSAA, we would like to thank you for supporting high school baseball and viewing this program.
As we go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning, the 2A championship still up for grabs with the score tied 2-2. And we'll be watching the Westminster Christian Warriors bring up their number 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Carl.
Gets the corner for a strike.
No, I can't take my stuff. What was pitch, strike 1?
Waves at that one, and it is strike 2.
Nice changeup on that by Kyle Webb.
Outside, ball 1. Fennell took a called 3rd strike his first time up.
Nice tease on that fastball. See, he just missed it just enough to give him something to think about. Missed badly on that one, though.
After getting out and strike 0-2, now it's 2-2. Strike 3.
Nice way to start off the top half of the 3rd inning. Actually, the bottom half of the 3rd inning for the Warriors.
Second strikeout for Webb, 1 gone. And the batter is Anthony Iglesias, the catcher. Anthony rifled a single into center field his first time up. 2-2 ball game, bottom of the 3rd. Little high, a little outside.
Iglesias had a base hit his first time up, batting .407. I'll tell you what, he's doing a heck of a job behind the plate.
And he steps off. Iglesias steps out after Webb steps off. One 0 pitch is a strike. 1-1.
Westminster, he's having a little discussion with the umpire right now. Not quite sure what that one was about.
Look at that outfield alignment, Rick.
Oh, that
they
ball's
give him
inside.
all kinds of room in right center, and they give him the line in right field, even though he is a left-hand hitter.
You know, I guess they're figuring he's not going to get around on it. At the same time, you know, normally when you have this kind of a defense with a side armor, you try to pitch the ball outside like that to try to make him hit the ball to right field, and that'll bring the count up to 3-1.
Nobody on, 1 out, 3-1 pitch. Ooh. Drilled into deep right center field. That one is going to be off. Wow.
That's gone. That ball hit the free HD sign, which is behind the actual fence. That's a home run. And that was hit over 400 feet. It's 410 to center field here. It just came past the sign, the screen in center field. That was a huge home run. Boy, he got all of that. A low outside pitch. He came around on it. He hit it right where they weren't, and that's outside the park.
You can see that free HD sign out there is removed from the regular fence. So if it gets over, even though it hits that, it's a home run because that's over the fence and out of the ballpark.
So Providence jumps out to a 2-0 lead in the top half of the first, and now the Westminster Warriors have the lead in the bottom of the third.
Man, that ball was really tagged.
Boy, it was.
400 feet.
More.
And no wind to help it. Swing and a miss.
No wind at all.
Popped up. Shortstop calling for it. And he's got it.
Nice play by Bradley Goodson at shortstop. You know, when you recap this game, Providence jumps out 2-0 in the top half of the first. Westminster comes back with 2 runs in the bottom of the second. They hold Providence, the defending state champs, in the top of the third and score the go-ahead run now in the bottom. Your line score 2-5-1 for Providence, and for Westminster 3-3-0.
Low and outside, ball 1 to David Thompson, who was hit by a pitch. Came around to score in the second inning. There's a strike. Good sidearm delivery, gets the outside corner.
You know, Carl, we're in the bottom of the third now, and if these batters who are coming up for the second and third time don't realize they're going to call the outside corner, they've missed this game.
Foul back to the screen.
They have got to protect that outside corner if they're going to win this game, either team at this point. Because the umpiring behind the plate has been extremely consistent.
Very wide open stance. And he waves at that, doesn't get it. Catcher drops it, puts the tag on him just in case. And there are now 3 out, third strikeout. And the inning is over. No, 1 run, 1 hit, a towering home run over 400 feet away over the right center field fence by Anthony Iglesias. Nobody left, no errors. And after 3 innings now, Westminster Christian leads this ball game 3-2.
For more information on FHSAA, we invite you to visit us on the internet, fhsaa.org.
As we go to the top half of the fourth, ladies and gentlemen, Westminster, the Warriors, take a 1-run lead going into the top of the fourth. Let's see if they can hold the Providence Stallions here in the top half of the fourth, Carl.
It's a big surprise because the way that Providence started a home run, a double, a single in the top half of the first inning. You thought there were going to be no stopping them. Now they trail 3-2. Ball one a little bit low. Tyler Vanover, who hit back to the pitcher, was thrown out at first base.
Even though this is only the top half of the fourth, Carl, this is a big batter for Westminster. They don't want that leadoff runner back on with a one-run lead.
There's a shot up the middle into center field. Base hit. Vanover will be on at first.
Vanover batting .358. He grounded out back to the pitcher his first time up. This time he got it by the pitcher for his base hit, and that's exactly what Westminster did not want to see. As Tyler Martin will come up, .273 hitter. He struck out his first time.
The designated hitter with a runner at first. His team down a run in the fourth inning. First baseman David Corral is going to hold a runner at first base.
Now Westminster relaying signs, trying to use the strategy now to try to keep that runner at first base and try not to get him in scoring position.
Strike.
Boy, that's a nice pitch on the outside corner to Tyler Martin. At the same time, Carl, when we started this game, we were under brilliant sunshine. And here we are in the top half of the fourth. Not only are the lights are on, but behind us we have more cloud cover coming, so you can anticipate less light here at the ballpark.
That's right. The sun setting in the west would probably affect the center fielder, right fielder, first baseman, second baseman, but the sun is now under cloud cover. Bouncing ball toward the second baseman, not hit too hard, goes to the shortstop covering for one, back to first. Yes, they get it.
Wow, what a gun by that shortstop, Michael Flores. He really let one go. I tell you what, when that play first started to develop, I felt as though it was a little bit slow on Kevin Fennell trying to get to the runner. As we can see here, that ground ball was not hit hard at all. Fennell got it, flipped it to the shortstop, and boy, I tell you what, boy, that Flores, what a gun. And a close play at first. That's exactly what Westminster needed to try to maintain that one-run lead.
4-6-3 double play. Erases the base runner, 2 outs, nobody on. The batter is Drew Rosenberg.
Right on that outside corner.
Kyle Young gets the sign, rocks back. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, buckled his knees on that one. He was looking for the fastball, got the slow curve, strike two.
And I really didn't expect him to buckle his knees. That ball was never really inside. It looked like it came from the center of the plate out.
2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss. Catcher drops the ball, but recovers quickly, makes the throw from Iglesias to Corral, and the side is retired.
Boy, Iglesias has got a rocket of an arm as well.
No runs, a hit. No errors, nobody left. There was a double play. And we go to the bottom of the fourth inning now with Westminster Christian leading the defending 2A champions Providence 3-2.
For more information on this tournament and other upcoming events, we invite you to visit us on the internet, fhsaa.org.
As we go to the bottom half of the fourth inning, Providence trails the Westminster Christian Warriors 3-2 as Westminster will step in to try to extend that lead, Carl.
For Westminster, they'll have hitters 6, 7, and 8. Lorette DeMola, Corral, and Jamil Middlebrooks. There's a strike from Kyle Webb.
Kyle Webb, that right-hand sidearmer, still on the mound for Providence.
There's a drive into center field. Going to be in front of the center fielder. Base hit for Julian Loret de Mola.
Nice piece of hitting by the young right fielder as he took that pitch where it was thrown.
Yeah, nice
just
stroke.
Outside the plate. He hit it back out to right field.
Here's David Corral, who lined a shot over first base that engendered an argument about whether it was a fair or foul ball his last time up.
Batting .418. Already has that double.
He bunts it. Catcher's out to grab it. Throw to first base is in time. The sacrifice works. As down to second base goes Loret de Mola.
What a beautiful sacrifice bunt by Corral. He just caught that ball with the bat. That's exactly how he did that. He caught the ball with the bat and let it just drop like a dead fish just inside the foul line. Perfect.
Had backspin on it. Looked like one of those lob wedge to the green. Here's Jamil Middlebrooks with a runner at second. Pitches inside. Ball one.
That runner at second represents an insurance run here in the bottom of the fourth. Providence cannot afford to give up that insurance run.
Strike at the knees.
Two 6-1 for Providence, 3-4-0 for Westminster, and threatening again.
1 out, 1-1 the count. Runner at second base. Sidearm delivery is in for a strike.
Middlebrooks has got to try to hit that ball off to the right side if it's possible. I tell you, he's got a nice alley in right field if he can get it past the second and first baseman. Middlebrooks batting .418 coming into the game.
Grounded is short. His first trip, 0 for 1. Bouncing ball out toward second base and through out into center field. The runner's going to be held at third base.
Nice base hit. All base hits are good. Unfortunately, he got that one too far up the center, and it didn't give the runner at second a chance to try to score, as Coach Mack now will be stepping out for Providence and speaking to his young crew out there at the mound.
Hitter coming up is Michael Flores, and you called it in the his last time up when he got hit in the helmet with a pitch, and he was very upset. Not happy. I don't think he thought that he got hit on purpose, but the whole situation upset him.
You know, sometimes when you get hit like that, it's just a knee-jerk reaction. You just, you got that instant frustration. Nobody's to blame, but it happens. But you know what? You're the guy whose head's ringing, and that's just the first reaction.
So Flores will come up with runners at first and third and 1 out. His team already up a run, 3-2 in the fourth inning.
Going to have a pitching change. No. Oh, I guess what they got to do is check. I think there might have been a question on Kyle Webb as to his health. And I noticed when Coach Mack came out to check everybody, he stopped, checked with the plate official to let him know that there was a possibility of an injury to his pitcher, so they let him throw a couple, and here we go back to the action.
There are 2 pitchers up in the bullpen for Providence. That's dangerous stuff with a runner at third, a throw to first base.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how much they want to play around with Jamil Middlebrooks. I'm sure he can fly to second base. We saw him get around the bases earlier, although he was leaning the wrong way. He was leaning the wrong way on that one. The thing with Flores right now, he can be as distracted as anyone watching all this transpire in front of him.
Up high, ball one. Runners at the corners with one out.
Jamil Middlebrooks right now has everybody on the edge of their seat. They're really not quite sure what's going to happen. The pitcher's on the ropes. The runner at third base is just dying to have an opportunity to run it in. And Flores is doing everything he can to concentrate on hitting the baseball.
Shortens up, doesn't bunt.
Good concentration at the plate. 2-0 right now is a good pitch to hit, especially with only one out.
Hit high in the air down the right field line, curving foul. Right fielder tries to make a diving grab for it in foul territory. Couldn't quite get there.
That was tremendous hustle on behalf of Tyler Vanover. And it was almost better that he didn't catch that, because if he had caught that ball laid out the way he was, there would have been no problem for Julian Lorette de Mola to be able to score. Boy, he covered a lot of ground to get there. And then he had to contend with the warning track and then the pitcher's mound in the bullpen. But it's a 2-1 count. Batter still ahead. Still a good time for possibly a stolen base. Wind's starting to shift around now. More coming from home plate towards center field. Just a tad.
There's a bunt. It's a suicide squeeze. The runner from third is going to score. Kyle Webb, the pitcher, is going to make the play at first base himself after fielding the bunt. That's the second out of the inning, but a run has scored on the suicide squeeze.
That's a big run. That's the insurance run that Westminster was looking for. And now, as you can see, that was a nice safety squeeze as the runner broke after the bunt was laid down. A beautiful bunt. It was hard and not normally what you would consider a good bunt, but under the circumstances, very effective.
Top of the order, and Joe Stewart, who swings and doesn't get the first pitch.
Stewart's 0 for 2 right now, and he must have missed a sign. There must have been a problem, because right away, Coach came in to make sure he talked to him.
Middlebrooks is at second base, 1 run in.
Now the patience is being shown by Joey Stewart. Stewart 0 for 2. He hit the third pitch his first time up and struck out his second time up. Now they're going to have a little conversation between A.J. Axtell and, of course, Kyle Webb.
2 base hits and 2 bunts in this inning have resulted in a run. There are 2 outs and a runner at second base. A run in, making it 4-2 Westminster over Providence in the bottom of the 4th.
Middlebrooks will be breaking on the crack of the bat.
Had a good cut at it, didn't get it. Strike 2.
Action in the Providence bullpen.
Fouled back. The runner was off, headed for third. He'll go back now on the foul ball.
Middlebrooks really showing his speed out on the base pass.
A little bit high. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at second.
Clouds continue to roll in here at Tradition Field.
Misses outside. Full count.
The wonderful Musco lighting system that's put into play here at Tradition Field starting to take effect on the diamond.
Time called. Batter backs out. Now he steps in, and he'll be looking at the 3-2 pitch from Kyle Webb. Here it comes. Hit in the air into center field. Center fielder was in close. Ball is hit. He makes the play in center field on the dead run. Falls but holds onto it, and the side is retired. A run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left.
I'm really not quite sure why the center fielder was so far inside, but I'll tell you what, that was a great concentration and wonderful play by Burkle out in center field. He really had to bail out whoever gave him the assignment to play that shallow against the leadoff hitter, Joey Stewart, to end the inning here in the bottom of the 4th.
On behalf of the FHSAA, we would like to thank you for supporting high school baseball and viewing this program.
As we get ready for the top half of the 5th inning with a score 4-2 in favor of Westminster, the Providence Stallions will send up 7, 8, and 9, Carl.
Will Cleland, Kyle Webb, and John Burkle to face Kyle Young. 2 runs, 6 hits, and an error for Providence. Westminster, 4 runs, 5 hits, and no errors.
Kyle Young doing a real nice job after that first inning. He's held.
Bouncing ball to the shortstop, who was shaded towards second, kicks it, comes up with it, makes the throw, got him.
Wow. Wow, that's a close play. Ground ball back up the middle. A beautiful play by the shortstop as he keeps it in front of him. Boy, I tell you, it was a close call. It was a bang-bang play. And it doesn't matter whether he was safe or out. It was what the umpire called, and the umpire called him out. And we have a nice discussion going on now again with the coach from Providence. And Coach Mack from Providence came across that diamond at a relatively good pace as he trots on back.
Nice stretch to hold that throw by the first baseman, David Corral. The shortstop was shading second back. I don't think he would have gotten there otherwise to make the play. The ball was hit pretty hard. But the shortstop was shaded a bit towards second, which allowed him to get in front of it, knock it down, and make the play. Here's Kyle Webb.
Kyle Young is doing everything he can to stay in this ball game, but he's been touched past the first inning. Young has been touched for at least 1 run in every inning past the first.
1 out, nobody on. Kyle Webb, the opposing pitcher, at the plate.
You got to get rid of that whole terrible. Kyle Young opened up the game by giving up 2 runs. Since then, he's held them scoreless.
Ball 2, 2-1. Strike 2, 2-2.
Kyle Young's really got Providence off stride right now.
2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3.
Nice change up there.
Fourth strikeout for Kyle Young. Gets 2 outs here in the 5th inning and will face John Burkle.
Burkle made an unbelievable catch in center field to end the last half inning. It was playing very shallow, and it was almost hit over his head, but he made a spectacular catch.
At the knees, strike one.
Burkle's only been up once, and he hit it to the shortstop, which is probably not a very good idea because Flores has just been wonderful at that spot.
Slow curve, swung on and missed. Strike two.
I tell you, Kyle Young's really doing a nice job of changing speeds, and right now that's really got Providence baffled.
Two-strike pitch, low and outside.
Nice block by Iglesias.
Burkle taking a couple of practice swings, trying to get his timing down. Feel confident in there. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Way outside. Ball two.
Well, 2-2, 2 outs. Westminster's got to try to stop Providence right here and then get back in and try and grab a couple more runs.
2-2 pitch. Outside, ball three.
Wow.
Working outside on Burkle.
That had to just miss. As wide as this umpire's had the strike zone all afternoon, that really could have been called a strike.
So it's a full count with 2 outs and nobody on, and Burkle steps out. Loosens up with a couple more swings. And now he'll come in and look at the 3-2 pitch from Kyle Young. Here it comes. Strike three.
Real nice half inning for Westminster. Now Providence is going to have to keep them close as we take it to the bottom half of the 5th inning.
For more information on FHSAA, we invite you to visit us on the internet, fhsaa.org.
As we take it to the bottom half of the 5th, the score 4-2. Here's your first pitch.
Hit out to second base. Second baseman rushes the play. Gets in on the infield grass. Scoops it up. Makes the throw to first base in time to retire Kevin Fennell. And that'll break up Anthony Iglesias, who walloped one out of here more than 400 feet away over the right center field fence his last time up.
Boy, I got to tell you, that happened so fast we almost didn't get it back.
High and outside. Iglesias is 2 for 2, single to center, and hit a home run way out of here.
He has played a wonderful game.
There's a high drive out into short left field. Left fielder does make the grab. The umpires are looking. They call it.
What a great play by
Phenomenal play.
Christian Dix. Dix opened up the game with a home run, and boy, I tell you what, he saved a hit right there. As we look back at probably Iglesias, who's having probably the best individual effort of the afternoon.
A sliding, diving catch.
Sliding, diving, and keeping his eye on that ball. Boy, I'll tell you what a great play, Carl.
Here's Carlos Sade, who was 0 for 2, bounced to third, and popped to short.
Sade had a big day yesterday, 3 for 3, and scored 3 runs, Carl.
That's a foul ball.
He got around on that with no problem.
Quickly, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 strikes on Sade. One and 2.
I tell you, Providence would like nothing more than to have a quick 1-2-3 inning so they can get back in here and try and get some runs.
Fouled back. Count holds at 1-2.
He's doing a nice job on Sarday, batting .416 coming into the game. He's gotten them twice to this point.
Short hop. Nice play by the third baseman. Big stretch at first by Rosenberger. Kelly to Rosenberger, and the side is retired.
And that's exactly what the defending state champions needed, a quick 1-2-3 inning to get back in here. As we can see the chopper hit over to third base, and Ty Kelly making another stellar play as he gets the ball on the hop, throws it off the wrong foot, and gets it a strike over across the diamond for the final out here in the bottom of the fifth. So after 5 full innings of play, Providence trails Westminster 4-2. Your line score 2-6-1 for Providence. For Westminster 4-5-0, and we'll take it back to the top of the sixth.
For more information on this tournament and other upcoming events, we invite you to visit us on the internet, fhsaa.org.
As we get ready for the top half of the sixth inning, Westminster leads 4-2, and Providence stepping in. We'll start off with Christian Dix, who made that beautiful sliding catch in left field. The left fielder opened up the game with a home run, Carl.
Flied to right his last time up, so he's 1 for 2 with a home run and a long fly ball handled in right field.
Action out in the Westminster bullpen. Michael Arostegui throwing out there. He threw yesterday.
Young's 1-ball delivery gets the corner at the knees. 1-1.
Arostegui threw 5 2/3 yesterday, Carl. Got the win. He gave up 10 hits and 5 runs, and he's warming up right now, possibly to close this one out.
How many innings he pitched yesterday?
5 2/3.
Hot shot to Rosenberger. Backhands it, flips to the pitcher, covering, and Dix is retired on a bang-bang. Good defensive play.
Wonderful coverage by the pitcher on that one. I tell you, especially late in the game like it is right now. On the crack of the bat. On the crack of the bat, Kyle Young breaking the first to beat the runner there to first base. Nice play all the way around.
David Corral made a nice play on the ground ball. And a good flip to the pitcher covering to get the runner. Strike one on Ty Kelly.
Kelly had a crushing double his first time up, batting .475.
Right to the shortstop. Gloves it. Throws it. Got him at first base.
Flores has been throwing nothing but strikes across that diamond from that shortstop position. It's a nice curveball. Flores picks it up beautifully, sweeps it, throws it over to first base. Another strike. 2 outs now in the sixth.
Bradley Goodson, the hitter. He's 2 for 2, a pair of singles. Fouls it off, strike one.
Nice changeup.
The 1-strike pitch. Drilled down the left field line. It's going to be a foul ball.
Boy, he hit that ball well. That's the shortstop. He's got 2 hits, Bradley Goodson, to this point. 418, he's got good speed. Providence would love to get him on right now, even with 2 outs.
Kyle Young was touched for 2 runs in the first inning, and he shut him out the rest of the way. We're in the top of the 6th.
Also joining in the bullpen
Drilled into left center field. That's going to be between the center fielder and the left field. Base hit. Going for second base. The ball is bobbled in center field. And winding up at second base is Bradley Goodson.
And there's the speed of Bradley Goodson as he now goes 3 for 3. As we just had a flash out into the bullpen, and warming up for Westminster was David Kaplan as well as Michael Aristegui. As you can see on the replay, a one bouncer, the center fielder slipped, ball got by him, and I'll tell you, right away, taking advantage of it was Bradley Goodson as he stands on second base, trying to cut that deficit from 4 to 2 to 4 to 3.
There's an error charged on the base runner taking the extra base. So the sides are even now with one error apiece. And the hitter is Tyler Vanover, who is 1 for 2 with a runner at second base and 2 outs. Strike. First pitch is in there, strike 1.
Another changeup.
Long look in by Young. Gets ready to pitch to Vanover. A look back at second base. Pitch to the plate. Misses outside. 1-1.
Kyle Young really trying to work the outside of the plate right now against a very good hitter, Tyler Vanover. Vanover, 358 for the season. He had a base hit his last time up.
At the belt. And the pitch. There's a strike. A ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs and a runner at second base. Top of the 6th inning. Westminster out in front 4-2.
Vanover steps back in. He was 0 for 1 yesterday. He's got a good eye. Trying to get that run in. Closed his 2-run deficit here in the 6th.
Young steps off.
Goodson, 2 stolen bases already today. He's a definite threat to score from second base on a base hit.
One-two pitch on its way. Popped up in foul territory. David Corral out there, and he corrals it to retire the side. No runs. A hit. 1 error, 1 left. And we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning with Westminster leading 4-2.
You are watching the FHSAA State Baseball Championships from Tradition Field in Port St. Lucie, Florida.
As we get ready for the bottom half of the 6th inning here at Tradition Field, the score remains 4-2 in favor of Westminster Christian School and the Warriors, as the Warriors will now bat in the bottom of the 6th, Carl.
Designated hitter David Thompson hits it high in the air to deep center field, way back there.
It's off the
and
wall.
off the wall. Into second base with a double is David Thompson.
And right away, Westminster gets action up in the bullpen. Running down to the corner for Westminster.
Looks like we're going to have a runner. Number 7.
So David Thompson, the center fielder, will come out.
Eric Arabal, A-R-R-A-B-A-L, goes out to run at second base.
Justin Russell is working out now in the bullpen for Providence, as head coach Mientkiewicz now will step out and speak to his pitcher. I won't be surprised on maybe a long visit here and then a short leash after this, giving time for the pitcher Justin Russell to warm up.
And they're going to make the pitching change.
Webb did the best he could today. Gave up 4 runs on 6 hits. And that'll bring in Justin Russell. Russell, 4-0 average. He's had one save this year. He's pitched 30 innings. He's given up 19 hits, 9 earned runs, 13 walks, 34 strikeouts. He has an ERA of 2.10, Carl.
Big, tall right-hander. Good heat. Webb leads with a runner at second base. Nobody out. And the new pitcher, Justin Russell, will work to Julian Lorette de Mola.
Boy, Russell's a good size youngster, I'll tell you that. Russell's 6'1", he's a junior. He's probably going about 210, 215.
The hitter will be Julian Lorette de Mola.
De Mola had a base hit his last time up and scored.
And that made the score 4-2, which is where we are right now in the bottom half of the sixth inning. With Westminster threatening again with a runner at second base after a leadoff double. Pickoff move back to second base, not going to be in time.
Nice way to get himself a little bit loose, throwing over to second base to start things off. Now we'll concentrate on trying to get the ball to the plate.
Bunted at and missed.
Not a very good attempt by Lorette de Mola. Kind of poked at that. We saw a beautiful bunt earlier as the batter caught the ball with the bat. This one, Mola tried to force it and punch at it. Here's a pitch.
Hit into center field. Center fielder playing short is there and plenty of time to make the play. John Burkle puts it away, 1 out.
It's a nice attempt at the butcher block play. That's when you fake the bunt and then go ahead and swing away. Unfortunately, hit it straight to the center fielder for the first out. Man remains at second base.
Here's David Coral. Singled over the first baseman's head in the first inning, or second inning, his first time up, and laid down a perfect sacrifice bunt in the fourth. Hit high in the air down the right field line. Right fielder Tyler Vanover going over. He won't come up with it. It's going to score a run. And here is the Corral going to third base, and he's there at third with a triple and an RBI to make it a 5-2 ball game.
What a beautiful piece of hitting by David Corral. He hit that ball inside out, and he hit it a long way. That's 338 down the line. He hit it 300 feet, and he hit it away from the right fielder for a beautiful triple and an extra run. There, that ball goes into the corner, and it's really usually very wet down there, but the ball did bounce up, which means he really hit it well. Now what's going to happen is Providence is going to come up to try to cut the run off with 1 out and a man on third.
It's a 5-2 ball game now, and a runner at third base with 1 out for Jameel Middlebrooks. Takes it inside, ball 1.
Middlebrooks caused some havoc his last time up as a base runner. Now we'll see what he can do as a hitter. I'll tell you what, Westminster right now is 3 outs away from dethroning the defending champs.
They got the clock working on the speed of the pitches. That one was clocked at 85 miles an hour. But the count is 3-0. Next pitch is too high for a ball, and he walked him. So the relief pitcher has been touched for a triple and has walked Middlebrooks, and now will pitch to Michael Flores.
Well, we've gone through a lot of changes here within these 6 innings. We started out under bright sunshine, and now the threatening clouds are starting to move in from the west. As we take a view over the overhang here at Tradition Field, and those clouds are a lot darker than they appear on that screen, I'll tell you that. As going down to second uncontested is Jameel Middlebrooks.
2 runners in scoring position now. For Michael Flores, took that pitch for a ball.
The weather to the north of us is absolutely raining up there towards the Fort Pierce area as that ball's fouled back. But right now we're fortunate. All the nasty weather that we've been seeing all week is to the west of the ballpark, and hopefully it'll stay out there.
Infield drawn way in close. Everybody on the grass. Pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Axtell. 2-1.
And as you can see over the pavilion at the third baseline, you can see the threatening clouds here at Tradition Field. And that right now may not be a problem to conclude this game, but it certainly may be a problem to get the final game in at 7 p.m.
Ground ball to the third baseman. Checks the runner back to third. Now he's breaking for the plate. The throw from the third baseman nails him at the plate.
We're going to have another discussion now as Mientkiewicz will come out because the runner coming into the plate didn't slide. Nice ground ball. Good defense on behalf of Providence as they'll cut the runner off at third base, throw behind him. Now the play at the plate. I didn't see anything real malicious there. He really didn't have a chance to slide. But, of course, the coach for Providence right now is going to have a question with it as he'll step back into the dugout very nicely, and we'll have a stoppage in play. The officials will rotate back to first and second as the first base coach will come down and speak to the batter stepping into the box.
Never really had a chance to slide. The catcher was way up the line. Top of the order, and Joey Stewart. Strike one. There's 1 run in, making it a 5-2 ball game. Westminster over Providence. Bottom of the 6th inning. 2 runners aboard.
Starting to hear some thunder in the background.
Up high.
Joey
Relief
Stewart.
pitcher Justin Russell working to Joey Stewart. There's a good fastball right down the middle at 84 miles an hour. Strike.
Joey Stewart's done a nice job at third base today. He's 0 for 3 at the plate, but he's played very well at third base.
1-2 pitch coming. Swing up. He got a pick, or he didn't. Held by the catcher. Fouled it back. Catcher held onto it. He's out. Side retired. 1 run on 2 hits.
You can see at that on bat, the first pitch was a strike. Nice curveball. On the second pitch, he tried to foul it off. It went into the catcher's mitt. Strike 3.
So the run scores are even in hits now. 5-7-1 for Westminster. Providence is 2-7-1. And they got 3 more outs to work on this ball game and try to defend their Class 2A Florida High School Athletic Association championship from last year.
On behalf of the FHSAA, we would like to thank you for supporting high school baseball and viewing this program.
As we go to the top of the 7th inning, ladies and gentlemen, for the FHSAA Division 2A Championships, the defending state champs, the Providence Stallions, right now are down. They'll need to score 3 runs as they're down to their last 3 outs. And Carl, they'll be sending up a pinch hitter to start the top half of the 7th as Westminster has a 3-run cushion.
Ryan McNulty, number 33, is going to be the pinch hitter. Hitting for the designated hitter, Tyler Martin. Providence, the first 2 hitters scored, a home run and a double and a single. First 2 batters scored. That's how they got their 2 runs, and nothing since.
McNulty is a .294 hitter, right-hander facing the right-hander. And the clouds continue to roll in from west to east.
Inside, ball 1. That's ball 2.
Due up next, Drew Rosenberg, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Then Will Cleland, 1 for 2.
Last inning, strikes are hard to throw. The intensity builds, your muscles get tight.
Wow, the wind blowing through the infield has really picked up here, ladies and gentlemen. As we started the game, those flags were going in directly the opposite direction of what we're looking at right now, but that wind has picked up to someplace in the vicinity of probably in excess of 25 miles an hour, as that next pitch was called a strike.
That makes it 3-1.
I got to tell you, the camera crew right now is doing a heck of a job just trying to keep everything steady as the hat blows off the first baseman for Westminster.
Popped up. A fair ball. Iglesias turned the wrong way and made a dive. The wind had to do a lot of damage to Iglesias' effort to corral that pop-up. It blew back in fair territory, and Iglesias made a dive for it, but couldn't come up with it.
And I'll tell you, that ball went straight up, and the catcher, Anthony Iglesias, who's played a wonderful game, did a great job and had no chance to try to get that ball as it started in foul territory and was blown directly back into fair territory, and a gust of wind just blew into the umpire's face. I'll tell you, that wind is really kicking up, and it is wreaking havoc downstairs with not only the players but the camera crew and the fans. I'll tell you, everyone right now is really in a precarious position as that wind has shifted 180 degrees and has picked up some 25 miles an hour.
Drew Rosenberger, the hitter, has struck out twice. Takes the pitch at the outside corner for a strike.
At the same time, that is the 3rd run that is represented at first base right now by Providence.
The 1-strike delivery outside. Runner at first, nobody out, 1-1 the count.
The grounds crew is starting to assemble over by the first baseline and the tarp at first base.
Ball 2.
Now, in the FHSAA rules, Carl, every out does not have to be played. This is an official game, and if this game were to get wiped out right at this point, Westminster would be the champions.
A slow roller foul down the first baseline, scooped up in foul territory by Kyle Young, and the count will be 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The weather conditions are changing by the second here.
Wind blowing furiously from left to right field now. Those flags are sticking straight out, going away from the field.
As we can see in right field right now, you can see those palm trees really being bent over by the wind. So anything that's hit 6 feet high or above that is going to be a real challenge for Westminster to try to corral.
Two pitch coming. Ground ball to the first baseman. Scoops it up himself, Carl, and makes the play at first base. So there's one out. Down to second base goes McNulty, the pinch hitter.
Good, solid play by David Corral. The runner at second means nothing to the outcome of this game at this point. The most important thing was to get the out, which he did, and that is one less out that Providence has to use at their disposal to try to get back in this game here in the top of the seventh.
I don't mean to try to second-guess the weather. Never been right, but it looks like it's a fast-moving storm, and it's moving past us. Will Cleland takes a strike.
I think with that out, it's really settled down Kyle Young quite a bit because he seemed to be a little bit shaky with the pinch hitter to lead off the inning, putting him on base. Now the next situation that we have brewing, of course, is the simple fact of 1 out and 1 strike on the batter.
Hit right back to the pitcher, off his leg. He's hurt. Picks it up, throws, not in time anywhere. Never did throw it, actually. He wisely held on to the ball. That hit him in the leg. And by the time he could recover, the ball had rolled away. He picked it up, saw that he had no play at first base, and held on to it. Didn't want to run the risk of throwing it away.
Well, I tell you what, Kyle Young's a very tough guy. That ball hit him right in the leg. Then he lost sight of it. He wasn't quite sure where it went. He was cognizant enough to try to make a play, but a great play by David Corral, the first baseman, stepping up the line and trying to let him know not to throw the ball, not to make a wild throw, not to be in haste. We've got 1 out. We still got the lead, and we need 2 more outs as the coach for Westminster going out to check his pitcher right now and trying to walk it off is Kyle Young. And out there checking him out for Westminster is Emil Castellanos. And Castellanos is very concerned with the health of his pitcher as well as the situation here with the weather coming in quickly. And along with that, a situation of the tying run being put at the plate with 1 out. This game is not over by any means. They're going to let Kyle Young throw a couple to see how he feels with that ball hitting his ankle. I'll tell you what, Carl, I could hear it up here in the press box when it hit him so hard.
He'll be facing Kyle Webb, the opposing pitcher, with runners at first and third. Webb will represent the tying run with 1 out in the top half of the 7th inning.
Webb has 5 home runs this year, and if he were to hit one right now, it would tie things up.
The skies have lightened a little, and I don't practice meteorology at all, but it looks like the worst of it is passing by from left to right out toward the ocean.
Well, we may be very fortunate in having the cell actually move and slide not only to the east but to the northeast, and it may just blow by the ballpark. Right now we haven't seen any rain falling at all. We haven't seen any lightning, but we've got some tremendously threatening crowds from our center field view here at Tradition Field.
Young in a precarious situation with runners at first and third, the tying run at the plate. Kyle Webb takes a strike, knee high, outside corner. Good pitch.
Nice curveball.
Webb has lined to third and struck out. One strike pitch, way outside.
Webb is 0 for 2. He flew out to the third baseman his first time up, which was a great play by the third baseman, Joey Stewart, and struck out his second time up.
Gets the corner with that curve.
If anybody knows to protect that outside corner, it has to be the pitcher for Providence, Kyle Webb, and he let that baby go right by him. Didn't try to take it to right, which would have been very advantageous if he was successful at it.
McNulty at third. Cleland at first. A ball and 2 strikes on the hitter, Kyle Webb. The pitch, fouled away.
Grounds crew for Tradition Field right now has the cover off the tarp at first base, and they're all standing with 1 foot on the roller to try to kick it out to cover this field as quickly as possible if and when they get the call.
One-two pitch on its way. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, 2 outs.
Kyle Webb knew he had to protect the outside of the plate. That ball was just a little bit too far outside for him to reach, and there's 2 outs.
Strikeout number 6 for Kyle Young. And the hitter will be John Burkle.
I'll tell you what, Kyle Young on that mound feels no residual effects from being hit on the ankle. Right now, his body is completely numb. The only thing he sees is the catcher's mitt, and all he's trying to do is get that ball and throw it to that catcher's mitt. And if he's successful, he'll be state champ Division 2A.
Strike 1. It's a pinch hitter. It's Whitney Wellington. Number 5, Whitney Wellington hitting for John Burkle. What a situation to find yourself in.
268 hitter stepping in. Right-hander against right-hander.
Representing the tying run with 2 outs in the last inning, last scheduled inning. One strike pitch. Misses outside. Man, that Young is an outside pitcher. He working on the outside edge of the plate all day.
Smart man. If he's going to call it outside, throw it outside.
Runners at the corners with a ball and a strike. Count on the pinch hitter, Wellington. 1-1 pitch. Misses, ball 2. Again outside. Ball game just about 2 hours old. Started a little after 4:30, a little after 6:30 now.
You can feel the temperature drop here at Tradition Field as the storm clouds continue to approach.
Hit on the ground to the shortstop. Backhands it, knocks it down, and everybody is going to be safe. A run will score. Runners at first and second.
Well, that's what happens when you put people on base via the walk. A nice 2-out pinch hit, base hit by Wellington. And I got to tell you, as we watch the replay here, shortstop Michael Flores does a great job just getting a glove on that ball. Not only does he get a good job of getting a glove on the ball, what he does is he keeps that runner at second base and keeps the tying run at first base. If that were to get out into the outfield, there's a good possibility for second and third, and the tying run would be in scoring position as we have a meeting on the mound as Coach Emil Castellanos goes out to speak to his pitcher.
That is scored as a base hit for Wellington. Pinch hit single to put runners at first and second.
And that'll bring up Christian Dix as we'll have a pitching change. Christian Dix, as you remember, Carl, hit a home run his first time up. He does have the power to get the ball out of here. He's shown that.
Pitch is going to be a lefty. It's Michael Arostagi.
Aristegi has a 10-4 record.
Spelled A-R-O-S-T-E-G-U-I.
Aristegi pitched 5 2/3 inning yesterday. His job right now is to get one batter, and that one batter right now is going to be Christian Dix, as Dix, with great speed, will be stepping in for Providence. He's 1 for 3. He had that leadoff home run that he hit very well over the left field fence. Hit it opposite way, but they're going to go with left-hander versus left-handed here. The outfielders for Westminster Christian now meeting with their defensive coach. This is a great coaching move right here. And with the clouds threatening as we pan the ballpark right now, over on the third base line, the meeting of the three outfielders with the defensive coach right now, letting him know what they expect to play defensively in the outfield, because the tying run right now is at first base. The go-ahead run, not the winning run, but the go-ahead run right now is at the plate.
Christian Dix opened the ball game with an opposite field home run, hit out at about 340 or 45 feet over the left center field fence. And he flied to right and was out corralled to pitcher covering his last time up.
2 outs.
Pitch misses inside, ball 1.
Boy, that just missed inside.
Aristegi has his sign. Looks back at second, comes to the plate. Strike 1.
Boy, I tell you what, everyone in this ballpark right now is absolutely on the edge of their seat.
We have seen some tremendous baseball over this week. Bouncing ball hit to the second baseman. Gets the glove on it. Makes the throw to first base. Side retired. Ball game over.
The Westminster Christian Warriors have won the FHSAA State 2A Championship by defeating the defending champs, the Providence Stallions out of Jacksonville. What a great ball game as they set up for the award ceremony here at Tradition Field. And Carl, you couldn't ask for anything more drama-wise than what we saw in the first game today.
We have had some tremendous baseball. Not perfect baseball, but these are high school kids, and they're playing their hearts out. There's no quit in any of them. We have seen a lot of poise under fire. We have seen excellent coaching, excellent playing. Just been terrific baseball over these past couple days, and we got one more game to play.
And as the celebration continues over by the pitching mound, just as quickly as they can celebrate behind the pitcher's mound, the ground crews right now is rolling out the tarp to get ready for the incoming inclement weather. They got this one in. They'll have to wait a little while before the South Fork Bulldogs and the Childs from Tallahassee will be playing in the final game of the tournament, to be played right after the conclusion of this game. We'll have to wait to see how long it'll take. As the temperature continues to drop, the wind starts to die down, and the grounds crew anticipates rain coming.
Final totals 5-7-1, 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for Westminster, and Providence 3 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. 5-3, and the championship goes to the team from Miami over the team from Jacksonville, the Westminster Christian Warriors.
And ladies and gentlemen, as the celebration continues, the grounds crew waits patiently to be able to lay out the tarp. We've come to the final of the 2A championship with the defending 2A state champs, the Providence Stallions, going down to defeat to the Westminster Christian School Warriors 5-3, your final line score. For Providence, 3 runs, 10 hits. They committed 1 error. And for Westminster Christian, the champion Warriors, 5 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. On behalf of our play-by-play man, Mr. Carl Eilenberg, I'm the coach, Rick McGuire. Good night.